Well, obviously a trial year for me, kind of coming from recruiting, doing more, general labor, then coming into the GTR Advanced stuff, and I put a lot of time working into it. Changed a lot of things as far as, even like small things like applications, going through with the sales team and role playing, talking to people, because it's totally different. Totally different atmosphere with these type of people that I'm dealing with. So, like I said, it was kind of a trial and error year. Kind of took a step back from what I had made the previous year, because it was just Dave and I that one year, and we really, really knocked it out that year. So I wanted to kind of start with the first year of GTR Advanced and what I kind of accomplished in the first year, and kind of what we all are still kind of tweaking in the in the GTR Advanced area. As far as this year, I did have 163 starts, which came out to be an average around like 13 and a half a month. Our original goal when we started it was 30 a month. That was our kind of, our thing, because it was, we figured we couldn't hit it, because I was pretty much consistently hitting 15 a month, skill starts a month on top of the other recruiting. So we kind of hit a couple snags, went through a little bit of a rough patch there for a little bit, but it ended up with like 13 and a half in a month, which isn't bad. As we're trying to learn it, and I'm learning the processes, getting these people in here, being able to talk to the people. So it's still, obviously learning a lot more. Another thing we kind of did, obviously, is bring in Drew. So, when we brought in Drew, it took a lot of stress off my back, and, so it was kind of, divvying up the job orders, and, kind of having a partner in crime where, the account managers had someone else to go to, someone else to talk to, so it wasn't always, me. So that really, definitely helped towards the, towards the middle of the year with that. Total this year, I sent out 420 interviews sent out. With a 35% close rate. I know that's what we kind of discussed as a good, good close rate is that 35%. I want to kind of keep that consistent for going through and going forward. So out of the 420 people that I interviewed, I had 147 offers. So and people that accepted the job, that were checked off the database. Along with that, I also had like 15 direct starts with people that have either worked at companies, or they're kind of like I would say more like the semi-skilled type job orders. But as far as for next year, I kind of want to go through, kind of raise it up to like 25%. I was looking at for as far as interviews and placements and everything like that. So going up 25%, I'm looking to get around the 203, 203 starts for the next year, which averages around 16 a month. And I know that the goals are set forward are 15, so I want to exceed the monthly goals on a consistent basis, and get up to those 16 starts. To do that at a 35% close rate, we're looking at around, it's like 525 interviews and change, going through. Obviously, the account managers continue to bring in awesome job orders, and there's a ton coming through, and it's just going to be my my job to get these people in here and get them out to interviews. A few things that I did learn this year, I did have a good sit down with Pat and Steph a few months ago, kind of talking about my progress and stuff like that. Was one thing I want to fix is kind of the way Pat kind of described it to me was not always looking for the home run. He kind of put it in softball, softball terms for me. Look for someone that can, hit those singles, hit the doubles, and get the people in. One of my things that I was looking at this year was I was always looking for the home run. Always looking for the $20 to $25 an hour guy, and kind of letting the other things fall, to the wayside. So, as I look for those, 12, 13, $14 an hour people, that's going to obviously get my commissions up as I, hit my structures, and, those 20, 25s will start falling into place. A few discouraging things that, that had happened this year were, a couple buyouts fell through, which are always, always bad, but, we kind of revamped that process as far as, how we're doing, getting paid and stuff like that. So that's definitely gonna, definitely help. Another thing I want to work on this year is kind of not wearing everything on my face. I know that was one of the things that I hear from a lot of people is if I'm in a bad mood or something happens, I wear it right in my face, and everyone kind of knows. And I know that, I'm looked at as a leader here, and, I kind of don't want to have that, people be afraid to come to my office and kind of talk to me. So, kind of these discouraging things that always happen, I want to, look at it positive, kind of take it like a grain of salt, let it roll off my back, and just kind of keep that positive attitude, and, be a role model to, obviously Drew, helping him out, he's still learning, and, got a roommate, haven't had a roommate in about a year and a half, but getting adjusted to that. It's kind of stepbrothers in there, but you know, we're getting used to it. We're getting used to it. So you know, it's fun. You know, being able to interact and you know, playing off each other, and you know, it's good to have someone in there. You know, with a good positive attitude, and you know, we play really well off each other, and you know, we're having a good time in there so far.
Well, that's great.
Yeah. But we're getting our job done. We're hitting our goals. We both.
We're closed door meetings.
Yeah, no. We got a password there to get them come in. So that's how you know, kind of how it's been going. Obviously, we're still tweaking a lot of stuff. He's bringing a lot of good ideas. I know we're going to be getting an intern in January, or a couple weeks. So you know, so I've been thinking a lot about that, how we're going to direct them on how to obviously call in people, or you know, kind of what we're going to have to do with this and utilize them to their best, to help us the most, utilize them to their best, you know, their best assets or whatever. You know, how I'm going to kind of accomplish these goals is, you know, keep better organization with my people. I know I kind of have a habit of calling companies and you know, getting people set up for interviews and not, you know, telling the account managers, I'm like, oh, okay, I got someone interviewing there tomorrow, you know, and they ask me where it stands. But you know, it's keeping better, you know, better organization. You know, keeping track of the people I present, letting the account managers know, you know, the gem with the 5-star applicants and the MPAs, and kind of getting those people out there a little bit, you know, more quicker and everything. So it's not, you know, eliminate the back and forth. And I seem to be pretty good at, you know, calling the company, getting a hold of these people for the account managers so they can continue out their daily, you know, prospecting or whatever, and getting that stuff set up. So I think the biggest thing for me this year is going to be, you know, keeping those people on track and, you know, looking for broadening my horizons a little bit because, you know, I'm very picky, you know, kind of with my people, and I think that does eliminate a lot of my starts because of, you know, I see something minor with somebody, and I either don't present them or, you know, kind of keep them on the back burner for a little bit. But kind of going forward, it just, you know, I've talked to a few people's clients and the people out there, and it works out well as long as you present it to them, all the information. You know, I've gotten a lot of people that don't have exactly what the job order says, but, you know, if you can tell them why they'll be a good fit, then it'll, you know, it'll work out. So, I mean, like I said, the biggest goals for me this season are this year just getting people in here. You know, not specifically looking at, all right, this guy's only good for this job, this guy's for this job. Looking more down the road, and you know, kind of so the account managers have their time to MPA and these people to get these job orders, and they're going to fall into place. So, you know, if I consistently keep bringing these people in, I'll have no problem hitting that 16. You know, and being able to, you know, looking to raise my commissions around 50 to 75% from what I made this past year. So if I do all those, $1 bills, y'all.